Marketing Mavericks, and today we will present about a competitive and effective brand positioning. So I will start with the first part. So the first is so firstly we would understand about the positioning and value proposition. So positioning is the act of designing a company's offering and image to occupy a distinctive place in the mind of the target market in order to set a location for the brand in the minds of consumer to maximize the potential benefit to the firm. So for example, Apple wants to set the image in the customer mind as a simple and innovative brand with elegant design and ongoing technological improved products, or Starbucks wants it to be a place for healthy lifestyle for business and students. And Rolex define it as a detail-focused luxury brand. So next slide, please. So a good brand positioning help us guide marketing strategy by clarifying the essence of the brand distinctive features and benefits, identifying goals that help customer achieve, and showing how the brand does so in a unique way. So one result of the positioning successful creation of customer focused value proposition. So next slide, please. So we can see that positioning is really important for a brand to have an area in the customer mind. So how to decide on a positioning strategy? Firstly, we choose a frame of reference by identifying the target market and relevant competition. In this case, we identify who our competitors are, how they are positioned, how the target customer expect and perceive the brand. After analyzing the surrounding frame, we identify the optimal points of parity and point of difference brand association that fit our features as well as make us different from other brands. It is given by that frame of reference, including the emotional branding that my friend will explain later. And lastly, based on the point of parity and points of differences, we start to write a brand mantra summarizing the expressing brand's positioning and essence. So my name is Jam, and next we will my friend to present the next part.
Okay. My name is An, and I will continue with the emotional branding part. A brand positioning should have both rational and emotional components, especially when users are increasingly concerned about their emotions and mental health. Like, it should contain points of difference and points of parity that appeal to both the head and the heart. An increasingly important one is the brand authenticity. Brands such as Hershey's, Kraft, Crayola, Kellogg's, and Johnson and Johnson that are seen um, as authentic and genuine can evoke trust, affection, and strong loyalty. And an example for authenticity also has functional value. Like Welch all by 1,150 Grey Farmers is seen by consumers as wholesome, authentic, and real. The brand reinforces those credentials by focusing on its local sourcing of ingredients, increasingly important for consumers who want to know where their foods come from. And for the brain mantras, uh, to further focus brain positioning and guide the way their marketers help consumers think about the brand, firms can define a brain mantra. A brain mantra is a 3 to 5 word articulation of the brand's heart and soul, closely related to other branding concepts like brand essence or and core brand promise. Brand mentors must economically communicate what the brand is and what is not. What makes a good brand mentor like McDonald's, fruitful and fun, uh, captures its brand as essence and core brand promise. A good brand mentor should communicate the category and clarify what is unique about the brand, and it should also be vivid and memorable and stick out ground that is personally meaningful and relevant. You can see two other example of Disney and Nike here. So next part.
Next part is establishing a brand positioning. Uh, Often a good brand positioning is an essential aspect of marketing that involves differentiating a brand from its competitors in the minds of consumers. This can be achieved through the identifying and highlighting the brand unique selling point, proposition, or point of difference. And there are various approaches to positioning, including announcing category benefits, comparing to exemplar, and relying on product descriptor. Uh, Next slide, please. Because establishing a strong brand positioning is crucial for companies to effectively communicate their value proposition and differentiate themselves from competitors. One approach to positioning is through alternative methods such as cultural branding, where companies focus on leveraging cultural values and practice to connect with their target audience. And for example, an American Girl don't use cultural knowledge of mother-daughter relationship to build an iconic leadership brand that appeals to a wide range of customers. Another approach is through brand narrative and storytelling, where the company they create compelling stories that capture the essence of their brand and engage their audience emotionally. So by using these approaches, company can build a strong positioning that resonates with their target audience and set them apart from the competition. Next slide, please. Here, as you can see here, the cultural branding example include Nike, Levi's, Coca-Cola, or Starbucks. They will have some like culture branding story for their branding. Next slide, please. And we also have three main ways that I mentioned above. Like the first one is announcing category benefits. Second one is comparing to exemplar. And the last one is relying on the product descriptor. Next part is my friend and my name is Phương Thảo.
Okay, so my name is Minh Trang and I will represent my team to present about choosing a competitive frame of reference. So the competitive frame of reference defines which other brands a brand competes with and which should be the focus of competitive analysis. So a good starting point in defining a frame for brand positioning is a category membership. The product it is the products or set of products with which a brand competes and that function as close substitute. It would seem like a simple task for a company to identify its competitors. So once a company has identified its main competitors, their strengths, weaknesses. So next, it has to analyze the competitors. So marketers should monitor these three variables when analyzing competitors. The first one is share of market. It is the competitor share of the target market. Second is share of mind, the percentage of customer who name the competitor in responding to the statement. Name the first company that comes to your mind in this industry. And the last one is share of heart. It is the percentage of customer who name the competitor in responding to the statement. Name the company from which you would prefer to buy the product. So based on all this analysis, marketers formally define the competitive frame of reference to guide positioning. So in stable markets where little short-term change is likely, it may be fairly easy to define one, two, or perhaps three key competitors. But however, in Dynamic categories where competition may exist or arise in different forms, multiple frames of reference may be present. So the next part is my friend will in charge.
So come to the part identifying potential point of difference and point of parity. My name is Ken Wei, and now I will present about this. So marketer can position a brand effectively by defining the competitive frame of reference, customer targets, market, and the nature of competitions. So the firstly is the PODs, points of difference, are the attributes or benefits that consumers strongly associate with a brand, positively evaluate and believe they could not find to the same extent with a competitive brand. So two example of brand with multiple PODs are Nike, performance, innovative technology and winning, and Southwest Airlines, value, reliability, and fun personality. Three Next slide, please. Three criteria determine where a plan associate can truly functions as point a point of difference, like desirability, deliverability, and differentiability. So firstly is desirability is when consumer must see the brand association as personally relevant to them, and deliverability is when the company must have a resource and commitment to feasibly and profitably create and maintain the brand association in the mind of consumer. And differentiability is when consumers must see the brand association as distinctive and superior to relevant competitors. So next is the point of parity, are the attributes and benefit association that are not necessarily unique to the brand but may be shared with the other brands. So there are three basic form of POPs. Firstly is the categories, second is correlations, and competitive is the final. So categories are the attributes and benefits that consumer view as essential to a legitimate and credible offering within a certain categories. And correlations, POPs, are the potential negative association that arise from the existence of positive association for the brand. And the competitors are the associations designed to overcome perceived weakness and of the brand in the light of competitors, PODs. So next part, please.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Kim Tuyển. Now we present about my part is a competitive strategy for market leader. Okay, let's get started. Suppose a market is appealed by the firm shown in this figure. You can see on the screen. 40% in the hands of market leader. Another 30% belongs to a market challenger, and 20% is claimed by a market follower, willing to maintain its share and not rock the boat. Market makers are serving a small segment larger firms don't reach and hold the remaining 10%. Next slide, please. Now we will talk about expanding total market demand and increase market demand. When can you next slide for me? Okay. Uh, Okay, when the total market expands, the dominant firm usually gain the most. In the general, the market leader should look for new customer or more usage from existing customer. A company can search for new user among three groups: those who may use it but do not; market penetration strategy, those who have never used it; now market segment strategy, are those who live elsewhere. Geographical expansion strategy, and marketer can try to increase the amount, level, or frequency of consumption. They can sometimes boost the amount through packaging or product design. And how to increase the market share, we will help consider four factors. First, these are the possibility of provoking antitrust action, economic cost, pursuing the wrong marketing activities, and the final one is the effect of increased market share on actual and perceived quality. Now we will talk about protecting market share. Yeah, we have to marketing, including proactive marketing and defensive marketing. In proactive marketing, in satisfying customer need, we can draw this distinction between responsive marketing and anticipative marketing and creative marketing. A responsive marketing can find a stay need and fill it. An anticipative marketer look ahead to need customer may have in the near future, and creative marketer discover solution customer do not ask for, but to which they can respond. Um, Okay, next slide, please. We will talk about other competitive strategy. Further on a market challenge strategy, you can see on the figure 7.3. Give clear opponent and objective. Five attack strategy for challenge frontal attack, flank attack, encirclement attack, bypass attack, and guerrilla attack. We will talk about market follower strategy and market nicker strategy. Next slide, please. We can see on the slide we have netgeek specialist role. They are in the table 7.2, and this is the end of our presentation about chapter 7. Thank you for listening.